Once upon a time, in the depths of a lush and vibrant forest, there lived a simple frog. This frog was not like any other frog. He was bigger, stronger, and more intelligent than the rest. He had a deep love for his life and was always eager to explore the wonders of his surroundings. One sunny afternoon, as our frog was basking on a nearby rock, he noticed something unusual. A large eagle had been circling overhead for quite some time. Eagles were not uncommon in the forest, but this one seemed different. It kept coming back to the same spot, and the frog became curious. Driven by his inquisitive nature, the frog decided to get closer and see what was going on. As he approached, he could hear a faint mewing sound coming from above, and when he looked up, he saw a small nest with 3 baby eagles. The frog watched as the young eagles eagerly awaited the arrival of their mother, but she was nowhere to be seen. The male eagle sat patiently on the edge of the nest, occasionally flapping his wings to keep himself warm. He had been waiting for his wife to bring back food for their young, but she was taking longer than usual. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the frog's concern grew. The little eagles were getting weaker and weaker, and they needed food. Their cries echoed through the trees, a desperate plea for help. Without hesitation, the frog jumped into action. He knew he had to do something to save these innocent creatures. As he leaped closer to the nest, he noticed that the male eagle was looking at him with suspicion. The eagle was protective of his young and wary of any potential threats. With a gentle voice, the frog tried to calm the eagle down and explain his good intentions. He promised to take care of the eaglets until their mother returned. The eagle considered the frog's offer and eventually agreed, hoping that he would be able to provide sustenance for his young. Before leaving, the eagle gave the frog some pointers on how to look after the eaglets. He explained their dietary needs and any potential dangers they might face. With the eagle's trust, the frog settled into his new temporary role as the guardian of the eaglets. The frog carefully tended to the young eagles, making sure they were comfortable and warm. He sang them soothing songs to calm their cries and told them stories to keep them entertained. Despite the frog's best efforts, the little eagles continued to get weaker. They refused to eat and their cries grew louder. Days turned into nights and still there was no sign of the mother eagle. The frog's heart sank as he realized that something was wrong. He had never seen such prolonged neglect from a parent bird. Determined to find out what was happening, the frog decided to venture beyond the familiar surroundings of the nest. He hopped and skipped through the forest, asking the animals if they had seen the mother eagle, but none of them had. As the frog searched, he couldn't help but feel a growing sense of responsibility for the young eagles. He knew he had to find a solution quickly before it was too late. The frog came across a wise owl perched on a tree branch. The owl was known for its knowledge and insight, and the frog hoped it could help. He explained his situation to the owl, hoping for some guidance. The owl listened attentively, its eyes gleaming with wisdom. When the frog finished his story, the owl spoke in a slow, deliberate voice. It told the frog that the mother eagle might have encountered a predator or become injured, unable to return to the nest. The owl's words struck the frog like a bolt of lightning. He hadn't considered the possibility that he might have to take care of the eaglets permanently. The thought both terrified and humbled him, but the frog was not one to back down from a challenge. He had already formed a strong bond with the eaglets, and he knew he couldn't abandon them. With newfound determination, the frog returned to the nest, ready to face whatever lay ahead. When the frog got back to the nest, the eaglets were in even worse condition. They were weak and hungry, and the male eagle was pacing anxiously. The frog immediately started feeding the eaglets, trying to give them as much nourishment as possible. As the days passed, the frog's routine became a familiar sight. Every morning he would leave the nest to search for food, and every evening he would return with fresh fish and worms for the eaglets. The male eagle would help by bringing back additional food and keeping watch over the nest. Despite the frog's dedication, The eaglets continued to grow weaker. Their feathers were ruffled and their eyes dull. The frog's heart broke at the sight of their suffering, and he pleaded with the heavens for a miracle. One day, while the frog was out foraging for food, he came across a group of rabbits playing near a stream. The rabbits noticed the frog and invited him to join their game. The frog hesitated at first, torn between his desire to have fun and his responsibility to the eaglets. But the rabbits insisted, and soon the frog found himself laughing and playing alongside them. As the sun began to set, the frog remembered his duty and rushed home. To his horror, he found the eaglets lying motionless in the nest. In a panic, he started performing mouth-to-nose resuscitation, hoping to revive them. The male eagle joined him, desperately trying to revive his offspring. But it seemed like all hope was lost. Just when the frog thought there was nothing more he could do, he felt a surge of energy course through him. He didn't know where it came from, but it gave him strength to keep going. The frog continued performing mouth-to-nose resuscitation with renewed vigor, and miraculously, the eaglets began to stir. One by one, they opened their eyes and let out weak chirps. The frog and the male eagle looked at each other in disbelief. They had managed to save the eaglets. Over the next few weeks, the eaglets grew stronger under the frog's care. Their feathers became smooth, and their eyes bright and curious. The male eagle continued to bring food to the nest, and the frog taught the eaglets how to hunt and fly. As the eaglets grew, the frog's heart swelled with pride. He had not only saved their lives, but had become a father figure to them. Watching them soar through the sky, the frog couldn't help but feel a sense of longing for freedom. However, he knew his place was on the ground, taking care of those who couldn't take care of themselves. The frog continued to live a simple life in the forest, always ready to lend a helping hand or, well, a helping tongue. He became known throughout the forest for his kindness and bravery, and the young eagles often returned to visit their surrogate father. The frog-e story serves as a reminder that sometimes the greatest heroes come from the most unexpected places. It also teaches us that love and care can conquer even the toughest challenges. The frog's selflessness and dedication to the young eagles were truly inspiring, and his actions will forever be remembered in the hearts of those who knew him. So whenever you see a frog, remember the story of the brave frog who became a father to eagles. Let it remind you that no act of kindness is too small and no challenge is too great to overcome. And so the tale of the brave frog and the young eagles was passed down through generations, becoming a cherished part of the forest's folklore. Young frogs would listen in awe as the elders recounted the story, and the eagles would gather their eaglets close, whispering the tale as a reminder of the importance of family and the power of love.